Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Coach Simona. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to share with you 30 things that I've learned over the years. So if you're interested in seeing that, just keep on watching. Alright guys, this is gonna be a long video. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's do this. Here are 30 things that I've learned in 30 years. Number 1. You're responsible for everything that happens in your life. Growing up, I used to refuse to take responsibility for my actions. It took me a few years in therapy and coaching to realize that I was the only person who was responsible not only for the bad things but also for the good things that happened to me. If something good happened, I couldn't take the credit for it. It was either good luck or somebody else was responsible for my success, or that's what I thought. At the end of the day, if you rely on a source that's outside of you to bring you happiness or to punish you for your wrongdoings, then you're in big trouble. How you react to the circumstances and what you achieve in this lifetime is entirely up to you. The second lesson that I've learned is that life is too short and you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. My grandpa passed away 2 months ago and I miss him every single day. That's why I wanted to share some of his wisdom with you. He used to say that life was way too short to take yourself too seriously. And I want to share this lesson with you. Once you realize that life is just a game, you start treating death as a reminder to live in the present moment and to appreciate life even more. The third thing that I've learned is that attachment leads to suffering. We all live in a fast-paced world, and we all get bombarded with material possessions everywhere we go. But if you get attached to a certain lifestyle or a person, you will inevitably suffer. The reason for that is very simple. Everything is temporary, and we need to learn to let go. The paradox is that the less you care about what you're going to lose, the more abundance you will have in your life. Number 4. Money comes from creating value. This one was the hardest one I had to grasp. The person who's influenced me the most is Ramit Sethi. He's the author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. So if you're interested in managing your finances better, I recommend you read his book. The first few months when I started my coaching business, I had a huge problem charging for my services. I felt like an imposter. But you know what I've learned? It's not about me at all. It's about my clients. It's about serving them. It's about helping them. It's about providing the best service that I can. Money comes the moment you stop caring about it and you focus on what's truly important, making a difference. Number 5. Marriage is hard work, but it's worth it. Whether you're in a committed relationship with your partner or you're married, it doesn't matter. What I'm focusing on here is wanting to stay with one person for the rest of your life and doing your best to grow as a couple, but also as individuals. Marriage is hard work. It's not that glamorous and movie-like. It's not about finding your soulmate even. It's more about putting the work, being there for your partner when they need you the most, and appreciating and loving them for exactly who they are. Number 6. The more fears you overcome, the faster you will grow as a person. This one took me quite a while to understand. I used to struggle with severe anxiety, and I even had panic attacks back in high school. But once I started facing my fears one by one, I realized that none of them was that scary. I was scared of the fear itself. Number 7. Investing in yourself pays off. The greatest asset you're ever going to have in your life is you. The more time and money you put into your personal development, the more freedom you're going to have in your life. To choose a job that you love, to find a high-quality person to spend your life with, and to achieve your goals and dreams. Number 8. What you don't like about others is also a part of you. I won't lie, this one required me a lot of inner work, especially with my shadow self. I'll leave a link in the cards and also in the description box to a video where I talk about more in depth about this topic. Let's say that your shadow self represents all of the parts of your personality that you are unconscious of. When you don't like something about someone, it's often a sign that you're repressing a part of yourself. It's not that easy to grasp though. We all have parts of ourselves that we don't like. and we consider bad. But if you want to understand yourself better, and most importantly, accept yourself as you are, you need to realize that what you see in others is a part of you as well. Number 9. Reality bites. Only if you prefer your fantasies. As a child, I had vivid imagination. In fact, I still do. I just have some tools to manage it better and not let it interfere with my life as much. Here's what happens when you live in your fantasy world too much. You detach yourself from the present moment. Reality may not be better than your fantasies, but at least it's real. And if you're fantasizing too much, you're going to miss what's happening right in front of you. Your life. Number 10. Kindness goes a long way. When in doubt, do something that comes from your heart. I'm talking about true kindness. The one that you don't think about. The one that you don't have the need to talk about. The one you just do. And I'm gonna leave it at that. 11. The choices you make now will determine your future. If you spend your 20s and 30s slacking, not taking good care of your mind and your body, and not investing in your career, you're going to have problems with your health and well-being later on. Every little choice you make now will determine your future. So the more mindful and self-aware you are, the better chance you have at living a healthy and long life. Number 12. Learn how to take care of yourself. No one else will do it for you. This sounds a bit negative, but it's not. When we're children, we rely on our parents to provide us with love, care, and a sense of security. So when we grow up, it's tempting to search for that special someone that's going to take care of us. But if you're waiting for someone else to come and save you, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. Even if you start a relationship on that foundation, it's going to fail, and you will become codependent on each other. So the best thing you can do in this situation is realize what your needs are and learn how to meet all of them. 13. Work with your mind instead of against it. I've been meditating every single day for more than 4 years now. And I can tell you from experience that meditation is one of the best techniques when it comes to noticing your thoughts. Another great technique that I use on a daily basis is mindfulness. It's all about being mindful of your surroundings and noticing your thoughts without judging them. And the last one is a tool I use from cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's called the Automatic Thought Record tool. It's all about tracking your negative thoughts and substituting them with healthier alternatives. I've made a downloadable PDF for you guys, so you can check the link in the description box and download it for free. 14. Trust your friends, but trust your gut more. I used to be very naive in the past, and I've made very questionable decisions when it came to my friends. What I've learned over the years is that your gut feeling never lies. If you feel uncomfortable in their presence or you feel like they're manipulating you, you're probably right. And I advise you to run for the hills. 15. Traveling will help you grow as a person. Traveling is my favorite thing in the world. I have traveled to many places, but there are still lots of destinations that I want to explore. Traveling gives me a new perspective on things. Every time I travel, I come back home refreshed, full of creative ideas, and humbled with gratitude. 16. Always choose quality over quantity. I used to buy a lot of things that I didn't really need, but what I've recently discovered is that investing in high-quality pieces is always better than having more poor-quality alternatives. I'm talking about all things. Investing in a life-changing online program by experts like Marie Forleo or Tony Robbins, or investing in a skincare that has better ingredients, you will not only get the best of the best, but you will also feel good about choosing something that is truly worth it. 17. Social media is ruining your life. The less time you spend on social media, the better. In fact, guys, if you're not getting any value out of my videos, I encourage you to stop watching them. And I mean that. Alex Becker is the person who actually pointed me in that direction. One of his videos inspired me to spend less time on YouTube and social media in general, and to focus on my business and my clients. And now I feel more fulfilled and more energized. Number 18. Everything is a trade-off. You will have to pay a certain price. What do I mean by this? Let me give you a recent example from my life. Some women prefer to put their careers first. Other women focus on having a family. Even if you choose to have a career and a baby at the same time, you will still have to pay a price. You will have to pay the price of sleeping less and having less me time. It is all a trade-off. You just have to decide for yourself what price are you willing to pay. 19. If you feel lost, you're not living according to your values. We all feel lost from time to time. But if you know yourself well enough and you know what you stand for, it's easier to bounce back once life hits you with a rock. It took me many years of reframing my negative thoughts to realize that I had many imposed beliefs that were no longer serving me. So I had to unlearn all of them. Once I understood what was truly important to me, I no longer felt lost. 20. You may have the best intentions, but still make a mess out of things. I've been on both sides of this one. I've had people who truly cared about me trying to give me advice, and I've tried to give advice to people who didn't really need my help. So I can tell you one thing for sure. If somebody asks you for help, please don't impose your beliefs on them. Sometimes it's more than enough to just be there and listen. 21. No matter how hard it gets, there's always something to be grateful for. Running around doing errands, crossing off to-do lists, always running towards something. This is the never-ending cycle of doing. But what about being? What about feeling like this present moment is enough? Sure, not every day can be great, but there can be something to be grateful for every single day. If you're still breathing, you have a roof over your head, and you're watching this video, then there's plenty to be grateful for. So take the time to notice at least 3 things that you're grateful for every single day, and you will soon see the results. 22. If you're experiencing burnout, focus on your basic needs. I learned this the hard way. I had to almost pass out from exhaustion to realize that if I wanted to help others, I had to take care of my needs first. 23. Your emotions are your friends if you just let them be themselves. While feelings are your mental interpretations of what's happening in your body, your emotions are your bodily sensations, your reactions to what's happening at the current moment. If you become curious about your emotions and just let them be, you won't have any problem with them. The better you become at noticing your emotions and letting them go, the easier your life is going to get. Your mind just has to trust your body to do the rest. 24. Flip a coin if you have to choose between 2 options. If you need to make a tough decision, and you have 2 options but you're not sure which one to go for, just flip a coin and watch your reaction. If the coin lands on the decision that you wanted to go for, you will feel a sense of relief. But if you feel like you want to flip it over and over again, that means that you wanted to go for the other one. Always trust the flipping coin. It never fails to point you into the right direction. 25. You already have all the answers to all the important questions. As a coach, I ask my clients questions to help them understand themselves better and to integrate parts of themselves that they're not conscious of. I don't give them advice because I believe that they know best. I'm just nudging them in the right direction. If you resonate with me and you want me to become that special someone who nudges you and keeps you accountable every week, book a free session with me using the link in the description box below. 26. Your past experiences don't define who you are. You define who you are. Having a negative self-image can be tricky. If your mind believes that you're shaped in a certain way, it will look for evidence to prove that. For example, if you were abused as a child, you may have unresolved feelings of sadness, anger, and frustration. And you may look for clues that you're unlovable, not worthy, and not good enough. That is not something that goes away by itself, so I recommend you talk to a therapist. Don't let yourself get stuck in the past, telling yourself the same old stories over and over again. Define who you are now by making healthy choices starting today. 27. Do 1% less of the bad things and 1% more of the good things. This is a special shout out to my husband, who gave me this advice a couple of months ago. Here's how it goes. Let's say you have a goal. Every day, there are a series of choices that will either get you closer to achieving it or even further away. Let's say you want to write a book. If you choose to do 1% less of what's holding you back, for example, watch 30 minutes less TV every single day, and do 1% more of what is going to bring you closer to achieving your goal, in that case writing 1 paragraph every single day, these things will accumulate in time, and if you stick to your new healthy habits, there is almost nothing that you can achieve. 28. If you want to be creative, put yourself in someone else's shoes. The best ideas come from having empathy for others. I've learned this from working in the advertising industry for more than 5 years. And it's probably one of the best pieces of advice I can give to young copywriters and writers in general. The more empathy you have for others, the better you will get at understanding them and getting not only into their heads but also into their hearts. Many people don't like marketers because they don't want to be sold anything. But let's get real here. We're all selling ourselves. So why not become good at it? When you're going on a job interview, you're selling yourself as a professional. When you go on a date, you sell your personality and your image. And when you make an ad for a niche perfume, you're selling the whole experience. The more roles you can put yourself into, the better you will get at creative thinking. 29. Even the most talented person can't beat the hard worker. I used to be very lazy. It was a defense mechanism I adopted as a child to avoid doing things that I felt pressured to do. If you want me to make a video on how I beat procrastination, comment down below. There are numerous examples of people who are truly talented, but don't make it in life. And there are numerous examples of people who constantly put the work and become better and better every single day at what they do. If you learn to show up for yourself every day and you do the work, you will become successful. And this leads me to the last life lesson. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that your dreams are too big. If you had to take away one thing from this video, please let it be this. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not gonna make it. Believe in yourself. If your dream is realistic and you take focused action every single day, you will achieve it. Wake up every morning, provide value to the world, and remember, the world needs more people who do what they were born to do. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on my weekly videos on how to simplify your life and have great relationships with others. Don't forget to download your free PDF to reframe your negative thoughts and live a more fulfilled life. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!